Today I learned I had the loop single song feature on all this time. Oopsie. My bad. My bad. Professional streamer Anthony Talon, that's me. 1 second. There we go. Now I can top out my compressor. How's it going, everybody? My name is Anthony Talon. Welcome in. Hi, if you guys are doing well. How's it going, Super Kong Droid? Welcome in. How are you today? Oh my. Yes. Okay. We are in a new era. A new era, my friends. We are in the era of your boy forgot how to stream. So it's okay though. Welcome in. How are you guys doing? How are you today? It is 80. Oh my. Oh, by the way, thank you so much for the follow, Super Wrong Droid. Much appreciated. It has been 80. Oh my gosh. Well, it's gonna keep going up. That's the plan. But how you guys doing? How's it going? Bep, Mighty Mo, and Bep again. I need to grind out the rest of Russia's Arsakan quest real quick before I get uber spoiled, as they always do. Welcome to Genshin Impact. Lord of Smurfs, how's it going? Howdy. Welcome in. Last section, F2. Bruh. Too many things. Too many things. How's it going, Crookshank? Welcome in. How are you today? How are you guys? How are all of you today? And Lord Right Nut, welcome in. All the lords in my chat yet again. A very, very common theme, if you will. By the way, so I did do the thing where I, for whatever reason, decided to essentially start stream and hit play on the music. Forgot to see that the loop single song option was on because I'm using iTunes. Yes, the same program that came with your computer back in 2003. And then I took a piss. So I didn't even make the post that I went live. So let me do that real quick. Hold up. Again, professional streamer. Professional streamer. As a matter of fact, you know what here? You know what? Y'all deserve to... Y'all actually deserve to see this. But I'm going to show you anyway. Could double, yeah. It's like... Because, well, I mean, to be fair. Yeah, perfect. To be fair. I had to take a piss. And y'all had to watch a 3-minute ad anyway, so it do be a thing. Anyways, let me go ahead and do that, shall I? It's how do I do this normally? I forgot. Red circle. Live. I'ma tell y'all. Oh, why is caps, bro? What am I doing? I'ma tell y'all a tale of how I came into possession. This is a hard word. I spelled it right in the first time. Of all this schmalcohol. Schmalcohol with an yeah, there we go. Schmalcohol. There we go. Yes, I am a professional. Welcome in, Grim. How are you? How are you? And yes, House of the Lord. So many people. So many of y'all. But of course, I do have to add. The ever important. Where is it? This one. There we go. There we go. Insane. Insane, really. That. And hit post. There we go. Easy breezy. And how's it going? Res Goblin, welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome in. Let's see. Do I dare see who liked my post? Ayo, Mothman and Nori, welcome in. Well, I say welcome in as if you're here. You're not here. Hold up. 1 second. Oh, by the way, check this out. I may or may not be a part of this as well. Y'all want some more Minecraft? Wait, when is it starting? That's the application. Wait. When does it go live? I forgot. I'm also part of this, by the way. Oh, August 21st. Okay, August 21st. I get to join one stream as a VTuber talent. Or VTuber. I'm still a VTuber talent. As a VFleet talent, Lamau. Shout out to Blue for setting up this medieval Minecraft server. I turned out to Peacock on the Exactly. Thank you, Grim, for liking my post. My hit tweet. Anyways. Ayo, Ksenia. Very nice. Let's see. Here we go. So. Soda. If you guys may have noticed, I have been out for a little while. A little long while, actually. Let's see, can I just, like, open image link. Where is it gonna open? Here, perfect. All right. So this is the first of many, guys. So while I'm just like opening things, let me just go ahead and do this real quick. But here we go. I've been featured on Pro Streamer Tony's Talent Stream. Yes, die now. I'm just kidding. You may stay because I ain't going nowhere, fool. Let me open up all of these damn pictures because I took oh so many. That's 4 out of like 20 or something. Yeah, so as I was saying. Wait, what the fuck was that? I had to download a movie? Why? Why, bro? Insane. As I was saying, is it before news broke of the closure? I think it might very well be. Before news broke of the closure, I was actually on a little bit of a trip here, where I imbibed in. Well, I'll show you in a second, I guess. I've been in a little bit of a trip. I went out of town. I went to a very certain place. Funny enough, I don't think I have a single picture of, like, I guess the pamphlet this was for. But I did go on a very lovely distillery tour. What is a distillery tour, you may ask? That, my friends, is... I toured a bunch of distilleries. I mean, like, okay, it's very self-obvious, isn't it? Self-evident, but basically, as your resident PithTuber, I suppose, your resident connoisseur of fine alcohols, a mixologist, if you will, one of my passions, of course, that I may be getting to imbibe upon a little bit more nowadays. We'll see. I decided to visit a whole bunch of them for a very, very special event. And what is this special event, you ask? Well, it is literally what I just said. So, do I want to show you guys the haul first? No, I'll show you guys the haul later. Did bro go on a bourbon trail by chance? Not a bourbon trail. Specifically, let's see if I can find a picture that at least has... This is the closest thing. Oh my gosh, it works. So it wasn't a bourbon trail in specific, although a bourbon would be nice. I actually prefer rye, in my opinion, my humble opinion. But this is the best picture I have of this pamphlet. But basically, what I did instead is... Oh my gosh. There you go. Friday, March 5th? Oh, 2027, Lamau. No. Of course I'm covering it. I went on something called the Distillery Trail. Not a bourbon trail. A Distillery Trail. And yes, I do... Oh, I haven't taken a picture of my bar, dude. Like, my collection's a little bit much. I added more to my collection that doesn't get any smaller. At least I tried to make it smaller, but I can't drink that much. Anyways, there you go. SLO County, San Luis Obispo County, basically. So, where was I? This is literally the only picture I have of this goddamn pamphlet. I have the pamphlet, it's in my car, fuck. But this is essentially a collection or a special event for... How many of them? 12. There are 12. 12 distilleries in San Luis Obispo County. This is, for those of you who don't know, this is halfway on the coast of California. There's one coast. The central coast of California. Halfway between LA and San Francisco. Like, almost exactly halfway between San Francisco and LA. But there's a lovely place there. It is technically wine country. It is Paso Robles. Okay, people pronounce it Paso Robles. I say Paso Robles, but it's Paso Robles. But there's like a bunch of distilleries in and around that area where we buy something called a copper card. It's literally a belt buckle sized card of copper with the names of a bunch of distilleries. All the distilleries that are partaking in this little special event where you go to each distillery that's on there and they give you a free tasting. You know, the tasting really does depend. It ranges from like a full flight of like 5 different spirits. When I'm talking about spirits, I'm talking about like anything like ranging from liqueurs to like actual just hard liquors like vodka, whiskey, gin, Amaro as well. Like just whatever that they have on offer that they want to give out to you guys or to us people. Not wine. The hard shit. So, So we went to like almost all 12 of them, and I almost fucking died over the course of like 2 days. Yeah, let's just say some of these distilleries are known for being very generous in their tasting pours. So I got to try a lot of really good stuff and an amazing variety, and I had no choice but, spoiler alert, to buy a whole bunch. But I'll go into that in a minute. Or rather, after I talk all about this, because I want to share the amazingness that is San Luis Obispo County. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Do not let the gypsies get their hands on that copper. Oh my, don't want that. I do like so actually, you did have to buy the card. You didn't get this card for free. It was like $130. But considering that I basically got free tastings at every single place, it's kind of worth it. And by the way, I went to, I think, 10 out of 12 with a bunch of my friends. I don't think we went to like all 12 because I think some were just a bit too out of the way. But I think we went to like almost all of them. So do they scratch off their name? They do something even cooler. Because it's copper, what they do, and basically all of them did this, they use the same exact tools. They got a small screwdriver and a hammer and punched a dent in their name. It got a little bit loud. They're literally hammering in a dent for their name to stamp the card, so to speak. And I'm like, bro, I can imagine it might be a little hard for the other people in the distillery just trying to enjoy a drink. To like, oh, I don't know, enjoy their drink and hearing a loud clanging sound. But yes, so they don't scratch it off. They straight up get a screwdriver or some sort of like tack, and they just like hammer it. It's just kind of funny. $130 up to 12 tastings is a good deal. It's a great deal. Oh, yeah, you see, you want to flip the thing? Okay, yeah, I may or may not have put it on upside down because I was a little bit too busy having a wonderful drink. So, funny enough. So I guess I'll start. Technically speaking, I showed up on Thursday evening. So basically after work. So like literally after work. It's more like in the middle of the day because I only did a half day last Thursday at work. So like at noon I left. I actually stopped by my cousin's brewery. My cousin's the one that makes the beer that I keep talking about, the one that had made the music y'all listened to yesterday on my lovely stream. But I stopped by his brewery, and funny enough, this was one of the few times he was actually there, because when I say it's my cousin's brewery, I mean, like, he is one of, like, the 4 founders of the brewery. Like, he is one of the brewmasters, and he was actually brewing stuff that day. So he had his fermenters running. He had, like, all this stuff. Like, he was working, like, making beer, which is so freaking awesome, dude. Musician turned brewer, clicks tongue, nice. Pretty much, dude. Like, and he still plays. Fun. I went to his wedding and he played guitar at his wedding, and I'm like, damn, bro, that's kind of sick. But, wait, welcome in, Cruikshank again. But as I was saying, so he went. So I was able to run into him, which is great because every time I go to his brewery, it's the weekend, and he doesn't work on the weekends. The brewery is open because it's also a tap room, but. He was there today, or that day, Thursday, because he was working, making brews. And I'm like, oh my god, it's so good to see you and everything. And it's really funny because I mentioned I was coming, up to, the San Luis Obispo County, Paso Robles, to do this distillery trail. And I mentioned something. This is something that I haven't taken a picture of because I didn't think to do it, and I didn't have time to do it. But there's another amazing brewery up in this area called There Does Not Exist. You know what? Hey, I could just do this. There will be blood. Does not exist. There we go. A brewery in specifically, it looks like San Luis Obispo, California. Let me just make sure it doesn't show like my own address. Just to make sure. Sick. Okay, we're chilling. Yeah, so There Does Not Exist. TDNE is what it's called. This is their cans. They have some crazy fucking art on their cans, and I'm like, what is this? I do not know. Beer library. Oh, they just tell you what the actually has. But they have a tap room and everything. Hey, you could even see their hours and where they are. Edgy. It's not. I mean, some of it's edgy, but it's just very like. It just makes some crazy ass. Wow, look at this stuff, dude. Like, this is some crazy artwork, dude. I don't know if I've tried this one, a West Coast IPA. They have a lot of IPAs, but they also have a lot of just like crazy good beers, just in general. Like, I look at this fucking artwork. God damn. Oh, I have Sowing the Sun. Very good. But that is to say that this is my favorite brewery up in this area, and my cousin's is my favorite brewery back in his area. And I brought it up to him, and he said, "Yeah, I've heard of them before. Yeah, they're a bit younger than us." Funny enough, my cousin started his brewery a little bit before these guys did, which is kind of crazy. Yes, how's it going, Merlin Bishop? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? Yes, so this is like, I was just mentioning to my cousin, like, yeah, this is my favorite brewery up here. Have you guys heard of them? And my cousin was like, not really. And I asked, would you be interested, or rather, that he has, but he hasn't really interacted with any of the brewers from here with his own company. And so I basically asked, it'd be really funny if you like did a collaboration with them or something. Haha, haha, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And funny enough, my cousin was like, yeah, that'd be really cool if I could reach out to them. And then he says, all right, Tony, wait here. And then he starts putting together a 6-pack. So he starts getting his own beers and like puts together a 6-pack sampler. And he says, "Hey Tony, so you're gonna like stop by, TD&E when you get up here, right?" And I said, "Most likely, yeah, I do every time." And he says, "Would you mind doing us a favor?" Basically, he put together like a sample offering for the master brewers here, just to to say hi, to give them a little bit of a hello gift type of thing. And I'm like, he bro later said, "Hold my beer." He literally gave me a 6-pack of beer, said, "Hold my beer, and while you're at it, take it all the way to the Central Coast and take it to these guys and give it to them." And I'm like, bet, fucking bet. So yeah, I brought the beers all the way to them because honestly, I think which one is it gonna be? It's gonna be it's not on here right now. They have like a particular beer. I want to try this Italian style pilsner that they did in collaboration with and I bought like a 4-pack of this. A collaboration with another beer called or another brewery called Energren. And it's one of the best beers I've had. Just kind of like in general. I don't remember what like these names are fucking insane, but either way. That is on Thursday. That is just me just getting here, getting to lovely this area. But eventually, I got here. I met up with a bunch of my friends. I think I arrived at like about 5:30, almost 6 p.m. by the time I got into town. So people were getting off of work, thankfully. Holy tabs. How's it going, Hey Sheet? Welcome. By the way, I have all these tabs open for a good reason. Just saying. Trust me, I'll be going through it all every single tab, and I will be closing them. Yeah, Kalai would be sick. Want to introduce me? Yeah, like that's basically how it went, Lord of Smurfs. I'm like, Kalai would be pretty cool. I'd love to reach out to them and see if they'd be interested. By the way, to reach out to them, what better way than to trade beers? Because believe it or not, it is very common for breweries, like microbreweries, to just reach out and collaborate with each other. Because, like, especially how far apart these two places are, they're not competing with each other. It's actually in both of their interests, I would think, personally. I'm not a businessman. But I would think it's in their both interests to, like, make something cool. And truth be told, this place and my cousin's microbrewery make some really cool stuff. And it's awesome. Open more instead to torture the audience, bruh. I ain't like that, although I certainly can. I certainly can if I wanted to. Just all the same. But yes. Why is the base of the... I'm getting there, Akiho. Fucking Jesus Christ. Welcome in, by the way. And how's it going, Queen Kiko? You did not come in at a crazy time of me saying some whack shit for once. Insane, bro. How are you, by the way? How are you this lovely... I say evening. It's actually probably closer to morning for you. But yes, as I was saying, so I was on a beer run, essentially a very long alcohol-filled beer run. But the first thing I did is I met up with one of my friends who was hosting me at their brand new house that they just moved into. And by that I mean they're still in the process of moving, even right now, I'm pretty sure. But they had a guest room set up and everything with its own private bathroom. I'm like, oh, this is actually really nice. But they set me up there, and then we went to this place. I didn't take a picture of the rest of it, but this is another beer place, a tap room with beer and cocktails. Lots of interesting cocktails here. And they had like some really good ass sandwiches. It was like a deli, not a deli. It's I think it was a deli. I don't remember anymore. But basically, yeah, this was just us for everyone to like conglomerate a little bit, to meet up after work and just, go over the plan of where we're gonna go on the distillery trail. Like, what places are we gonna go first? What route are we gonna take, and so on and so forth. Yeah, beer room. Yeah, lots of beer. Except this one's actually a lot of cocktails as well. This was a Bro, I do not know what the hell this was. Hold up, one sec. The sky must be falling low. Yeah, it's 11:25 a.m. Exactly. Not doing too badly. Weather is sunny, but still cold. Because it's basically winter for you guys because Southern Hemisphere rules. I get you. Hopefully it's not too cold for too long. It might be warming up soon. Let's see here. The name of this place. Here we go. Ugh. All right, here we go. So this is where I went. They give you the address and everything. It's called the Green Bottle. Do you have any pictures of like their place? About. Lovely. Hours and location. Okay, well, you guys get to see the map. But anyways. Here we go. A bar for all. No velvet rope. Yeah, it looks basically just like this for the most part. It's just a nice little place with a little backyard beer garden area. It's freaking nice. But they have like sandwiches and everything. Like, oh, I'm about to show you the menu, dude. So, okay, let's see. I got a Hai Tai. That's what this was. So this drink is a Hai Tai, a secret blend of rums. So they have like a bunch of rums. Dry curacao, lime, orgeat, and mint. No, that is not a fucking. I'm a liar. I got a Hai Tai at some point, but that's not what that was. It was a carajillo. I think carajillo, is that how you say it? Okay, this drink in particular. Sorry, I'm only gonna be talking about alcohol for the rest of the night, guys. Looks really nice. Yeah, it was really nice. It has a reposado tequila. I don't know what G4 is. Licor 43 is very special. I think specifically Mexican liqueur. I think, and espresso. Hence the coffee beans. That sounds fire. Oh, dude. It's really funny because I keep going between drinks. This was my first drink. And then I also ordered a sandwich. It was a really good sandwich. Which sandwich did I get, you ask? I'm sure it's somewhere in here. La Mao! Oh, that's right, because it's attached. Okay, the sandwich place was attached to it. Anyways, it was a good sandwich. But, it was an Italian sandwich. But, my second drink was a Hai Tai, where I asked the bartender for a Hai Tai, and he did something that he didn't do for anybody else. He took my name, and I'm like, you didn't ask anybody else for their name, but I was just standing there at the bar, waiting for my drink, because I assumed he was going to make it right then and there, but I guess not. But, my friends came after me. They ordered and got their drinks immediately, and I'm still waiting there. So I talked to the other bartender, because I don't know where the hell the bartender who took my order went. And I said, hey, I'm still waiting for a Hai Tai. And he was like, oh shit, I'm really sorry, man. Here, let me make it for you. So he makes it for me right then and there. I take it back to my seat. And the Hai Tai, by the way, is... I doubt I'm going to find it on here, dude. The Hai Tai is really good. But I take it back to my seat. And literally, like 5 minutes later, the original bartender who took my name, again, a different person, comes up to me with another Hai Tai, this really awesome drink. And he says, hey, Tony? And I'm like, oh, yeah, hey. Oh, wait, is that supposed to be for me? Because I already got one. And he says, oh, shoot, dang, that sucks. And he was about to take it back, but then I jokingly said, hey, I mean, since you brought it here, he was like, yeah, sure. So he just gives us another drink. So I got 2 drinks, 2 Hai Tais for the price of 1. And I'm just like, Bro, I should go to the lottery right now. Holy shit. Yeah, high tide, dude. So a bunch of rums. They don't say which ones. That's their closely guarded secret. Dry curacao, lime, orgeat, and mint. And it was good. And I got 2 for free. Or 1 for free. Which is freaking like... Oh, and even the better part, it came in a... It was this. It was exactly this. This is what it looked like. And it came in this exact a souvenir cup. You technically had to spend $5 extra to get the souvenir cup that you can take home with you. But he just gave it to me. So I'm like, okay. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. So after that, I like, rinsed it out with some water, threw out the extra ice and the mint and the lime and everything. And I got to take it home and I have it now. But this was like a really good Mai Tai riff. Rip doubles indeed. That was all. But I will say the one that came extra, that was the communal Mai Tai, High Tai, whatever. Because I was like, guys, I can't have 2 of these. These are strong as fuck. And I didn't drive myself there, but I had to at some point. So I'm like, hey, y'all want to share? And I just like passed it around to my table of like there was like this is like the one moment that nobody was on the other side of this table, but there was like 8 of us here. Anyways, yeah, so I passed it around to the 8 of us and we collectively finished the second drink. But yes, as for why this thing was upside down, legit, I just put it together because I didn't want people seeing me taking out this fucking standee, taking a picture of it. By the way, this is backwards too. Technically, remember, in case y'all forgot. This is, yeah, this is on the other arm, but yeah, I went ahead and did that. So I put it together, took it real fast, put it back in my backpack, and only after did I realize it was upside down. I question you turning down alcohol, but I'm proud of you for being responsible. I just didn't want to drink that much that fast because, oh my god, we went through a lot. We went through a lot, and again, this was Thursday, and I went home on Monday. This was a long, lovely weekend. But yeah, that was basically the night. So after this, we went back. No. After this, we went to another place. I don't have any pictures. But in this area, there's a place called Humdinger's. That sounds crazy to say it out loud. Here we go. Went to a place called Humdinger Brewing. Brother, if anyone sees you with a standee, then just say your Oshi. I might as well. I might as well. But let's see. Locations. How many locations? There's apparently 2 of them. What the heck? Did they not have any pictures of these? Come on, guys. Really? Anyways, this is another tap room. And I'm like, dude, how the hell did I go to 2 tap rooms on the same day that I arrived in town? Which is kind of insane. Like, my brother in Christ, I have yet to, like, sleep. But here we are immediately. Just going straight for 2 places with beer. And a lot of good beer it was. I guess you can kind of see it here. Hashtag goals, dude. It was great. So this is the tap room. You'll notice something here. There's a stage. That night that we went there, it was like about 8 p.m. when we walked in, was a karaoke night. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I actually mentioned this. As a matter of fact. God, I reposted myself so many times. There we go. So, yeah, so basically this is what this was about. The crowd really liked me singing She by Green Day, and I won a Minions... I gotta show you the Minions puzzle set that I won from singing Zombie by the Cranberries. I won a little competition because we decided to go to this fucking place to drink more beer, of course, and do some karaoke. And, like, it was crazy. One of my friends I've known for forever, he is known as, like... He doesn't sing, but... Motherfucker got up there and started singing some crazy, like, prog rock shit. I'm like, bro, why are you choosing 10-minute songs with, like, weird-ass, I don't know, man, weird-ass time signatures? But I figured if he was willing to sing, because I was hesitant at first. I didn't want to sing that night. But I figured if he got up there and sang, I need to get up there and sing. Who the fuck am I to, like, get shown up by him? So I did. So I did. Test Pilot Rocks, exactly. And, yeah, they had, like an interactive group karaoke thing like literally like a karaoke game where you sing into your phones. And yeah, I guess I sung Zombie by the Cranberries the best. And because I won a fucking Minions puzzle set or some shit. But and at some point I did a little duet with me and my other friend. I wonder if no, you haven't met him on stream yet. I'll have you guys meet him on stream one of these days. He goes by Typhoon, but he's the one who got me into like mixology in general. But he got up there with me and we sang In the End by Linkin Park. I did Chester Bennington and he was rapping Mike Shinoda style. And I was like, damn, bro. Fucking crazy. And that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Should have sang a Sweet State song. Dude, okay. This was normie. This was normie karaoke. Their program only had like, you know, well, okay, I say normie. They had some really obscure shit, but all in English. Except for Apache by Rose and motherfucking Bruno Mars. I was considering doing that. They had I'm on a Boat. I was about to do it because I was so drunk at this point because I also had like 4 beers. In addition to this, plus the other cocktail, I think I might have gotten another beer here or two, plus like 4 more beers. I was kind of drunk on the first day. On day -1, really. But yeah, so I was about to do I'm on a Boat, but I actually started feeling not good. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, spread Sweet Say agenda. That would have been crazy, but no, I cannot. I cannot do. Oh, this is funny. I'm like, yeah, we're listening to Sweet Say right now. We're actually not. We're listening to an Idolmaster girl. This is the girl from Idolmaster doing a cover of Suade by Sweet Say, which is crazy that I have this song. Anyways, that was day -1. Obscure, but obscure normie. Obscure non-Japanese normie, yeah. Kind of insane. You was drunk. I'm on a Boat next jam stream. Oh my god. I exported the song. I just need to put it together, guys. Like, I just don't have the time. I literally am back. I came back just to see that VFleet is closing, guys. Now, I've known for a little bit before this. I did get the news prior, so that's why I had time to prepare myself. But, yeah. I still have to do it. I got to put it together. Contract is indeed sealed. However, that was day -1. I went back with my friends to the place I was staying at, their brand new, mostly furnished house with a bunch of stuff all over the place. And I woke up bright and early at 11 a.m. the next day. I was not hungover, thankfully, but I slept in because I was tired. Oh my god, I have been like working so hard up to that point. But I woke up at 10:55 because one of the people there, or one of the people I was rooming with, she knocked on my door and she was like, "Hey, Tony, are you up?" And I'm like, "I'm up now." So I crawl out of bed 5 minutes before my alarm was supposed to wake me up. And I asked her, "Yo, what's up?" Said, "Yeah, so I don't know if you know, like because this is a couple. It was like both of them friends from college. But they asked me, "Yeah, do you see my husband's text?" And I'm like, he sent it at like 4 a.m., but I couldn't really read it. What's going on?" It said, "Yeah, our drains are clogged." And I'm like, which one? All of them. What do you mean by all of them? So interestingly enough, the house that they moved into, it's a new house. Like, it was built in the year like 2000. Like, so relatively new, basically, compared to the one they were in before, which was like a 1950s house. But apparently the water main was clogged. And I'm just like, what? I was wondering when I was taking a shower last night that the toilet was bubbling next to me. And that's because the water was backflowing into all the drains in the house. All the sink drains, the toilet drains, the other shower drain. I'm like, oh my, that's pretty bad. And he said, "Yeah, sorry to wake you up." And I'm like, "No, you're good. I was about to wake up anyway. Oh, by the way, a plumber is coming in like 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Funny enough, the house that they moved into was like literally around the corner from their old house. And they were still in the process of moving stuff over. So they told me straight up, "Yeah, if you need to use the bathroom or anything, you can't do it here. So you have to do it at the old house." And I'm like, okay, fine. So I quickly got dressed. I brought my toothbrush. I brought my facial wash. I brought a towel, and I went to their old house that still had a lot of their stuff in it because they're still moving out of it. And I had to use the toilet there. I had to wash my face there, and I'm like, bruh, that is unfortunate. But by the time I got back, literally within 5 minutes, the plumber was about to come and they fixed it like that day, which is hilarious. The bubbling toilet is a sign of fun. It was reverse bubbling because I was taking a shower at the time, which is insane, bro. Fucking insane. But yes, I was about to do a live I'm on a boat performance at the karaoke, but I was like, nah, dude, I was choking. Like the zombie song fucking killed me. Anyway, it was a little horrifying, but they got it fixed like within that day, and I'm like, oh, thank God. So I was able to use the toilet at the end of the night. This is Friday. This is this past Friday, by the way. So like 6 days ago. And how's it going, Striker V? Welcome in. How are you today? How are you? Yes, the potty adventure. I had to go like freaking a quarter mile down the street to take a shit. And welcome in, Moo. How you doing? Wait, they can't be mad about drinking now. Nope, can't be none. I did a lot of drinking. However, that is to say, I went ahead and did that. So this was like noon-ish. No, more like 11:30. Oh, that's right. I got an alert on my car saying my tire pressure was low, so I had to fill that up at a gas station. Fill up my tires at a gas station, which is fun. Quarter mile. Talk about a new way to walk. Do a walk of shame. Exactly. It's just so funny how like they managed to find a house that is literally right around the corner, and I'm like, how did you? Okay, and it's so much better, but minus the broken drains. Regardless. So this was Friday, right? Technically speaking, I had the day off because I took that off from work. I planned for it. I thought we were going to be starting on Friday. And we did start on Friday. We went to one distillery on Friday. At the end of the day, that's when this was taken. Yeah, August 8th on Friday. But this was taken at 6 p.m. And at this point in time in my story, it's like noon. So I'm like, what am I... Everybody's at work. What am I supposed to do? I'm here by myself, bro. What do you mean? Well, it turns out, we have another friend who was actually also, we'll say, not busy throughout the day. So instead, I just hung out with him. And by that, I mean he already had lunch plans with his parents. So I had lunch with them. And it was great. Honestly, lovely people. The guy himself is really cool. It's like a guy who's new to our friend group-ish, relatively. And his parents, very lovely. So I got a nice chat, told him what I do. I did not tell him about the VTuber shit. I told him about my job, my actual job that I currently have. Okay. But we got some more beers, of course, because we went to another brewery. But they had really good smash burgers, and I had that for lunch. And I went to a liquor store, and I bought a whiskey. And basically, we went to a bunch of places here and there. I went to a cidery. You guys know what a cidery is? Oh, what the hell is it called? It is called... I don't know about Bristol Farms. It might be Bristol Farms. Definitely not Bristol Farms. I have no idea what the fuck it's called, dude. It's like a brewery. Hang on. Okay. Let me find out. I have no fucking idea. Okay. Anyways, Quinkio, you got it right. It is a brewery, but cider. It is literally a brewery, but cider. Let's see if I can find the actual one. There it is. Found it. It's literally just called Bristol Cider. Here it is. Okay. They actually have a couple of tap rooms. Yeah, so they make cider. And basically, the way that it was told by me, cider is basically wine. It's made exactly the same way as wine, but instead of using grapes to make wine, they use apples to make cider. And they had a lot of cool stuff. At least have a picture, guys. Come on. But anyways, so yeah, my friend took me to a cidery, a cider room, whatever you want to call it, cider house. Had some really nice ciders. Bought a couple of them because cider is actually really cheap when it comes to alcohol. It's made like wine, but it has the ABV of like beer. Like it is like low, like 5%. You know, like the most I saw was like 7%, I think, give or take, or 7.5%, which for a beer is high. For wine is like half of how much it's supposed to be. And I got like 2 bottles for $40 total. I'm like, yeah, don't mind if I do. Some really good shit. But So yeah, I have those in the fridge right now. I didn't take a picture of them. And then after that, went to, where did I go? Trader Joe's, got some chips or whatever. But regardless, so that was day 0. And on day 0, at about 6 p.m., we went to this lovely place called, here we go, Slow de V. All right, and I'm going to be doing this just because I have to type it out first. Here we go. A distillery in Grover Beach, which is basically Pismo Beach / San Luis Obispo / Rio Grande. It's just that rough area. But these guys, yes, I'm legal. I'm very much legal drinking age. It is, as they say, old world craft spirits. Basically, they make brandy. They make really fine brandy. The thing about these guys, so first of all, they make brandy, which is basically distilled wine, but really fine distilled wine. And these guys are tight. We're on like a first name basis with the two like master distillers there. Straight up, we actually called them, or one of us called them like the day before, or like earlier this day, and said, "Hey, yo, guys!" Like, hey, the guy's name is oh, I forgot one of the guys' name. It's a guy who was from St. Petersburg, Russia, and the other guy was from Portugal, or born in like California, but like Portuguese descent. So we call him up like, "Hey, Anatoly," and whatever your name was. I'm sorry for forgetting your name right now, bro. But we said, "Hey, so we're gonna be there at 6 p.m. tonight." And then it says, "All right, sounds good. We'll break out the good stuff." And I'm like, "All right." You got 2 foxes in you? Yes, well, it is something like that. Yeah, that's what that's about. Look at all them foxes. But but yes, they so we straight up called them up ahead of time and we said, "Yeah, we're gonna be there with like 10 people." And it's like, "All right, sounds good. We'll break out the cool stuff for you." And they did. So they let us. These guys are so fucking cool, dude. They're so awesome. Like, we are by far the youngest people to walk through the doors of this distillery because, you know, these type of spirits, like you have grappa, you have aguardiente, you have it's mostly aguardiente, which is basically a type of brandy, but made in a very old, like, traditional way from like Portugal and stuff. But it's just so funny because like they're so chill. We went to like their actual vat where they just distilled brand new alcohol that they're gonna put in a barrel to turn into one of these, basically. And but it's like brand new. And he's like, "Yeah, you guys want to smell it?" So we go in there, we smell it. It's like, oh, it smells so good. It's just like freshly distilled wine, and it's clear because when you distill wine or anything, it becomes clear. And he was like, "Yeah, go ahead and try some." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" "Yeah, just stick your finger in there and try some." And I'm like, "You're gonna let us stick our finger?" "Yeah, it's like 90% alcohol. No, your finger's gonna come out cleaner than when it went in." And I'm like, "Hey, you right." These guys are so cool. Like, they just let us stick our fingers in a brand new vat of 90% alcohol stuff to taste what it tastes like coming straight out of the still. And I'm like, yeah, these guys are so fucking neat. Like, they treat us so well. Ready to label, saw my moment. Oh my god. Oh, by the way, welcome in, WMAC. How you doing? This is wild to pop into out of context with a shitty connection. Welcome in, WMAC. At the worst possible. It could be worse. It could be worse. I can imagine the demographic more middle-aged and older. Definitely. The people who tend to drink this tend to be a lot older because, I mean, old world spirits, you know? But yeah, it's very sick, dude. It's fucking, these guys are insane and I love them. But they let us try everything they had. Here's the thing. We learned about this last time. I went to this same exact distillery trail 2 or 3 years ago as well with my friends. And we went here last. I got sick because they give us so much. Dude, I got drunk from this one distillery at 6 p.m. on the one distillery we went to that day. But you know what? Because we called ahead of time, they made food for us as well. These guys had like, because they were on a second floor of like a residential building, second story. And I'm like, they took out the entire area for their distillery operation and aging stuff. And they had like a grill on the patio in the back. And he just made us cooked up some sardines, got a bunch of cheeses, got some of these bread slices with olive oil, and gave us some chips and salsa, and just like gave it to all of us, free of charge. And I'm like, oh my god, we didn't even ask for this. Like we didn't pay for this. They're like, nah, man, you guys are always welcome. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Yeah, these guys are awesome. God damn. But anyways, not me who just had a dog and him on one of his braids, a hot dog, of course. See, no foxes. Yeah, fresh sardines, heck yeah. Fresh sardines straight, well, straight from the can, I guess. I wouldn't call them fresh. They were in a can, but they were indeed cooked. So it wasn't like raw canned sardine. It was cooked sardines in a little sandwich, and I've never really had sardines before. It's really good, actually. Well, when you cook it right, the way that he did, I'm like, wait, it's actually really good. Also because we were drunk as fuck. Had a dog and you, oh my god. But that's the nice thing. They give us some aguardiente anise to pair with it, which is really good. I never would have thought that anise, like, by the way, anise is basically the flavor of black licorice. But yeah, it's basically black licorice. On its own, black licorice I do not like. Anise, like anise flavored stuff, like absinthe. Absinthe is very anise heavy in general. That shit rocks. I love that shit. It's kind of insane. Because you said cooked up, I thought they were fresh. Yeah, unfortunately, they weren't actually fresh. It was fresh from the can. But yeah, but like, yeah, like this aguardiente anise, basically it's brandy with anise infusion. Tasted really good with the chips and the sardine sandwich that we had here. And again, they just did that shit for free. The tasting for free because we had the copper card that they stamped and everything. But I did that. That's freaking awesome. But anyways. Oh, by the way, welcome in, Super Ben. Don't be sad that it's gone. Be happy that I'm still here, by the way. I'm still talking. We're still here, man. We're still here. And I'm still going to be here. Check out the last stream that I talked about my plans moving forward. However, like I said, this was day 0. After this, we went to an all-you-can-eat sushi place, and I ate all I could possibly eat. And I had a lot of food in me. And yes, I got another beer. So that was day 0. Day 1. Oh, man. So this was this last Saturday. So at this point, all of us are off work. We're all ready to rock. So I did use my car, but I didn't drive my car. I just let everybody else drive my car instead because we had a couple of people who weren't going to drink as much as I was. And mostly people who will drink as much or more than I did. But on Saturday, we went to, I think, six distilleries. You know, as a matter of fact, let's see. All you can eat sushi and booze maxing. That's hell yeah, dude. The sushi was ice. Like I like the sushi, but it's all you can eat quality, which is to say not amazing. Here, let me see if I can get you an actual map for where we went because it is actually pretty cool. Okay, here we go. I'll bring this up right now. Anyways, this is what the cards look like. So I mentioned that there's a copper card, yeah, literally copper cards, exclusive membership. In a way. But it looked like this. This is about the size of like a belt buckle. And on the back of this is like the names of all the distilleries that, Let me see if I click this, will it bring up like my payment info? Oh, there we go. Harper cards do not expire. Anyways, it was actually $125. But yeah, it's on the back of these had like the names of all the distilleries. Each one you went to, you got a free tasting, and then they got a hammer and a nail or like a screwdriver and stamped it to let you know that yeah, you have redeemed this tasting, this free tasting. But I want to see if I can get like a map. Let's see, about where's the map, bro? Okay, here we go. Okay, why is it no, it's not a, why is it a video, bro? I am trying so hard to find it, guys. I'm trying so hard. What is this? Bro is not making it easy for me. My brother in Christ. My brother in Christ. I just want to have a freaking map so I can show y'all where I went. Oh my fucking gosh. Instagram. Oh my god. How's it going, Aaron? Welcome in. What's on tap tonight is Thai tea from Tasty. I'm actually not drinking alcohol right now, but I might later. Wait, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Just going over my my trip that I had this past weekend. This is so dumb. I'm just gonna type Distillacy Trail map. Here we go. Okay, can I just like bring this up? What the fuck is this? Why is it so small? Hey yo, open image. Oh, I can't. You can't read that shit, bro. Fuck my life. What is this shit? I'm trying to find a map for you guys. This is insane. Oh, look at that. Hey, how's it going? Good shit, good shit. You probably, this past weekend represented by my streak. Basically, I drank a lot. I did drink quite a bit. Quite a lot. Now, I am trying my best to find the Distillery Trail weekend map. Because it is a lovely map, I would say. God, I cannot find it at all. And how's it going, Blue Raptor? How are you today? How are you? I hope you're doing well. And also glad to see you're just vibing out. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to find this damn thing. Oh, these are old maps too, dude. Okay. You know what? This is fine. Most of the ones we went to was on here. This is fine. This is fine. But yeah, that's one hell of a streak, dude. Much appreciated, Dividend. But yes. I found something close enough. So, this is the best I can show you right now. Keep in mind, this is the entire city of Paso Robles. This is a pretty large... Basically, yeah, it took us a long time to get here. It took us like almost 45 minutes. But this is where we started, Refined. So we had to go all the way up through Paso Robles on the US 101. And we took this lovely mountain road into Refined. Yes. How are you tired of going around drinking? I'm not tired of going around drinking, just saying. I think Grim was a longer streak than I do. You can thank shitty connection for almost breaking mine. Ooh. Well, I'm glad you didn't break it. Anyways, let's see. Oh, where was I? So, we went to Refined. So, Refined basically, I think they gave us a choice of tasting 4 different spirits. I took the whiskey one because I like whiskey. They had like the other one had like vodka, gin, and 2 flavored gins or liqueurs. But I'm like, nah, I want the whiskey. So I had like 4 different types of whiskey. Very nice. This was Refined. Yes, this was Refined. So this is way over here. And these guys were very nice. I really like their whiskeys. I like their rye. I bought a bottle at Refined. A bottle of Refined whiskey. Rye specifically. Very good, very good. Yeah, Twitch moment indeed. BRB lovely folks, need to refill my coffee. We'll still be here, and we might be in an ad, actually. You know what? Yeah, I'll finish my Refined story, and then I'll take an ad. Because, yeah, we're chilling. But, I actually had to buy my copper card here, because I did not have possession of a copper card until I got here. And, yeah. This place is, like, so far out of the way that, like, they had extra cards. Everywhere else, they didn't have any. I love driving through California mountain roads. It is fun. But, yeah, we definitely got a lovely start. Because Refined is always good. They always make top tier shit. And welcome back, Bep. It's about time. But, so we went here first. You know, it was nice. We got, like, some good drink. I bought something, of course. And then we went on to our next place. Which was not here. These guys, Azeo, were not on the trail this year. They were somewhere else. And I'll tell you about that in about 3 minutes from now, I guess. Oh my god. Ain't that something? Oh my god, oh, it's my favorite woman. Hey, yo. Woman, what now? Correct. Also, man, that's loud. Man, that's loud. Okay. How's it going, Saku? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the subby wubby. 3 months. Thank you. But you know what that means? Y'all don't have to look at the ad for 3 minutes. But everybody else does. So everybody else take a 3-minute ad break. I'll be right back and I'll talk to you about the place I went to shortly. More or less. But while we're doing that, I saw it because of an old joke 2 months ago. Wait. Regarding what now? I don't remember none of that. None of that, bro. But yes. I, for one, what was I gonna say? I'm trying to think of like where I went up until this point. There we go. Fuck. Dude, it's only been 30 seconds. Like, the ads take for long. I fucking hate them. But I do appreciate the subs. Like I said, I'm still here. I still intend to be here after the closure on August 31st. So look forward to that. Still not done with my boba yet, by the way. A Thai tea boba. I need a beer, but I'm sober. That's the point. That's the point, sir. Yeah, and funnily enough, I mentioned how like I bought like, here's another spoiler, a bunch of alcohol from these distilleries, and I'm just not drinking it right now. I'll get to it eventually, because I want to make like another like a tasting stream. Did your alc collection grow? Oh my fucking god, did it grow? I'll be honest, I spent a lot more on alcohol than I expected to, which is fine, because I spent $0 at the 2 conventions I went to prior to this, one of which was Anime Expo, of all things. But I was like, you know what? The money I saved from not spending any of it at these conventions, I spent all of it on the distillery trail. There's always a fix for that. Grim. Yeah, I have a drinking problem, and the solution is to drink it. Even more. The bottom banui, that's a new one. God damn. Insane even. You know, I need surprised I didn't get around to taking a picture of my liquor cabinet yet, because I have a bit of a collection. Yeah, I still have the couple years ago Distillery Trails purchases, amongst others. Yeah, I have a lot, dude. It's insane. But yeah, the countertop full of booze reminds me of all the booze I bought when I was overseas. Yes, indeed. That was only the stuff that I bought from this past weekend. And let's just say I grew my collection by maybe 5%. Yeah. Yeah, I put a dent in my collection by adding to it. I have a lot. Anyways. Again, it's a passion. It's a passion of mine. Welcome back, everybody who was waiting in a ad jail, I guess. But yes. That is to say, we went. We saw, we conquered. I'm gonna tell you where we went. If I can find. I wonder if I can bring it up. These guys were hard to find. So, straight up. Okay, I'll show you guys. So basically, what happened was, we started at Refined. Can't wait to see them used for mixology. Oh, absolutely. I can't wait, dude. There's some really good shit in there that I want to turn into a mixed drink. But, originally, Azeo is another distillery that used to be on the trail, I guess last year, up until last year. But for whatever reason, this year they were not. Well, let's see here. You really thought how's it going? What's up? You really coming here with the Doritos whiskey? By the way, I did. No, it wasn't whiskey. It was Doritos vodka. We got it as a gag gift. Welcome in, by the way. It was a gag gift for one of my friends I was staying with, of all things. But during my weekend out here. But it was shall I say? It tastes like Doritos, like unflavored Doritos, like tortilla chips, and I'm like, interesting. You bought this for how much money? $70? What is wrong with you? That is the most expensive gag you can do. Yeah, no, it wasn't that great. Anyways, like I was saying, Azeo, it did not exist for this particular time. Instead, we went to a place called Geneseo Distillers, connected to Cass Winery. Where is Cass Winery, you ask? way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere, way off the map over here. We went into like actual wine country proper. We were surrounded like by nothing but vineyards on this like 2-lane highway, and we got lost. Well, we didn't get lost. They were working on one of the main roads to actually get there because we missed our first turn, so we had to go the back way through like the city and like way around. And the navigation took us, or tried to take us through a road that was closed, so we had to take a long ass detour. But eventually, we ended up at Cass Winery. However, Geneseo Distillers is part of this place. They opened up like 3 weeks ago. These guys are like brand new. They they like did not exist like last July, but they're here for this. But it's funny because all they had was a limoncello, a vodka, and a gin. So instead of getting a tasting of like a bunch of liqueurs and stuff, we got a tasting of cocktails that was made from the like one of the 3 things that they used or that they were making at the time. Because excuse me, fun fact, chat. Whenever a distillery, okay, first off, a lot of wineries will tend to also get a distillery license to like make distilled spirits, because you can just turn wine and the same ingredients that you use to make your wine or beer for that matter, you can also use it to make actual drinks or actual like distilled spirits in the form of vodka and gin. Those do not require aging whatsoever. You don't have to put them in a barrel for a year. You don't have to let it sit around and not being sold. You can just, cut it down after you distill your wine, after you distill your grapes, after you distill whatever. Put it in a bottle, and it's vodka. So these guys only had vodka and gin. And by the way, gin is just flavored vodka. It is vodka with a bunch of botanicals, particularly juniper berries. That's where gin gets its name from the juniper. Yeah, that's... Well, once you like infuse a bunch of like crazy botanicals into your vodka, you get gin. And then they filter that, put it in a bottle, and it took you a week to make this bottle instead of like 3 years. Insane. Wine and beer are really growing. My town is like 3 or 4 beer makers now. We're on the smaller side. Yeah, for sure. And this is a new one. So, like I said, they're so brand new. That's all they had. So they only had gin and vodka and limoncello, which is basically lemonade with vodka. Well, not lemonade. It's like lemon infused vodka. A really nice, sweet, and sour liqueur. But it was really small. It was really nice, but it took us way too long to get here because it was in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. But it was nice. It allowed us to sober up in between the drive. I've heard gin has a wide range of flavors. Oh yeah. Like well, in general. So gin is gonna mostly taste like a juniper berries. Which, I guess the closest flavor, if you guys don't know what juniper berries taste like, is, this is gonna sound weird. If you guys ever... So when Christmas comes around, if you take, like, one of the needles, like the pine needles from the tree, like a Christmas tree, and you bite into it, it tastes almost like an orange peel, depending on what tree you bite into, of course. But that is kind of how juniper berries taste. It's like very bitter, like a very bitter flavor, but that is just the main part of gin. If you get a London dry gin, that's all it's gonna taste like is that. Like Bombay is a London dry gin. What's it called? There's I can't think of the name right now. Tanqueray, the green bottle. That's a London dry gin. Beefeater is a very cheap, very accessible London dry gin. Just juniper berries. The thing about California gins is that they also like to infuse a lot of citrus, like orange peels, lemon peels. Sometimes they put actual peaches, and they actually put like a bunch of other types of botanicals, like rosemary. Rosemary is a very common ingredient in gin, and a bunch of like dill. Like basically, if you ever look at your spice cabinet, you can put that in a gin, and it'll make it better. High key. Yeah, we're talking about gin. Yes, indeed, we are, queen. The work is a bright blue one. Yeah, so that's probably Bombay. The bottle is bright blue. The gin is clear. There's a few gins that are actually, they have some sort of color to it. The one that comes to mind is Empress Gin. Let me show you. Let me show you real quick. Yeah, I was just saying mostly like, here we go. All right, I am not getting doxxed. Fuck yeah. So yeah, Empress Gin is this crazy dark blue color because they use pea flowers to as one of their botanicals in the gin. And it's like this really dark purple indigo type color, and it still tastes like gin. It still tastes like juniper berries, but it has added pea flowers. I think they also had like lemon peels in here. I haven't had it in a while, but yeah, it is gin. This is the only one you'll find that is like a dark blue. The rest is just clear, because that's just how it be. But yeah, just how much I know only was mix something in mudslide with Kahlua. Yeah, which is fine, you know. I'm talking about an elevated experience of going to crazy distilleries, and too many of them, over the course of 4 days. But that is to say that Geneseo is brand new. They didn't have any time to make anything more than vodka and gin and limoncello. And they're really good, honestly. However, they're so new that they did not have any license to distribute. Either that or they didn't have time to bottle anything or even make a label. We could not physically buy a bottle of Geneseo vodka or gin or limoncello because they just didn't have it available for us because they're 3 weeks old at this point. But, you know, it's very promising. That's one of the things that my friends are looking forward to is that in like 2 or 3 years, we'll be able to come here and try their whiskey as well. They might make brandy for that matter, because brandy is also something you can just make straight up, because it's just wine distilled. Speaking of Bombay, my old roommate got to visit their distillery in Britain during a port call. I unfortunately missed out on it because I got to my ship after they had just got back out to sea. Ooh, unfortunate. Well, I say, okay. Listen, I say that, Rice Goblin, you probably didn't miss too much. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't say that because I've never been there either, but like, Bombay is known for making well gin, is what I call it. And by well, I mean it's a gin people reach when they want to make a cheap cocktail. If I'm sorry, like that's kind of what Bombay is used for. If I'm totally honest. But the cool thing about the distillery there is they probably have special editions and special flavors of gin that you probably don't get to see on the shelves very often. Besides the regular Bombay Sapphire, of course. Let's see here. They just served the grape juice. Hey, how's it going, Blue? Welcome in, Blue. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm still here somehow. By the way, shout out to Blue for setting up the Crownfall Minecraft server. Yes, I look forward to participating in that relatively soon. I think I am able to participate for 1 day as a VFleet talent before VFleet closes. But I'm good. How are you? I'm doing great. Talking about my trip, my distillery trail trip, where I went to 12 distilleries over the course of 2 days. Yeah, that was a lot of alcohol I drank. But it was great. Yep, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I look forward to it. But, as I was saying, though, so I'm talking about, this is actually my third stop on the distillery trail. This brand new distillery that was open 3 weeks prior to us visiting, so they didn't have anything for us to buy. But we tried what they had, and it was really good. Oh, by the way, we did take pictures of, like, their set. Nope. Did I take pictures of their setup? Yeah, like literally, we're in a shack. He had his still in a shack behind the winery. And I'm like, bruh, this is such, like, a crazy thing. Oh, wait, why am I so zoomed in? There we go. Yeah, this is literally where they made all of their spirits at Geneseo. Like, you know, you put your stuff in here, you heat it up, it turns into steam and alcohol for that matter. It goes through this condenser and condenses back into alcohol. And that's it. And then they do it again because you got to distill it more than once. And then they put it in a vat, and at some point they're going to bottle it. But they're so new they didn't have the chance to do that yet. It's where we make the shine. Technically, again, moonshine is basically brand new whiskey. So typically it's corn, like corn liquor. They just, you know, they make like a corn beer, like turn it into like a mash, put it into like this mashy liquid, throw it into here, heat it up until it boils essentially and turns into steam. The steam goes through here, gets condensed back into a liquid, and that's how you get distilled alcohol, by distilling it. So yeah, basically that's it. Moonshine is sugar beer, and most certainly is not. That is not what moonshine is. You have to distill it first. You still have to distill it. Yeah. But regardless, that is that. They only had vodka and gin, so we tried vodka and gin, and that was basically it for this place. After that, where did we go? Oh, we're crazy. We are crazy after this. So, stop 4 on our trip. We went to Tin City. Tin City is great. We call it like essentially it's almost like an adult's playground because they just had a bunch of, not a playground, it's like an adult's theme park in a way because they had a bunch of fine restaurants, really affordable restaurants for that matter, and fine liquor. Because Tin City, most places gave us a choice of 4 drinks. They gave us a choice of 5, and they gave us a list. I don't know who's I standing next to. They gave us a list of like literally. I think there was like 12. No, there's like 14 different things we could try, and we could choose any 5. No, I'm sorry, any 6. We could do any 6. I hardly know her. Oh my god, insane. Insane. Bruh. Yeah, Tin City was freaking amazing. Like, this guy just, he again, we go to these distilleries so often, or my friend group does, that all the master distillers, they just know us all by name. And whenever they bring somebody new, it's like, hey, your group grows. You brought someone else this time. And I'm like, dude, are we that much alcoholics that yes, we are. That we get recognized by all the people who make the alcohol. It's so funny, dude. They had samples of Bombay Bramble. Bramble was pretty good, just the raspberry. At the distillery before it was released to the public, apparently. Yeah, I will say that'd be really cool if you were able to go to the Bombay one. You got a guy at work whose family made a legal moonshine. Excuse me. Sometimes the mix would somehow not get enough water. You gotta be careful with that. You do have to put a label that says how much alcohol content it has. But yeah, need a rented bus soon. Thankfully, we had designated drivers. Thank God. But that is to say that I said 5, actually 6. They let us choose any of 6 from a list of like 14, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. And it's very deceiving. These are actually pretty large taster cups, so it looks like there's only a small amount in here. This is like a decent amount. He was like kind of heavy with the pours. Also, by the way, they're all like this. I had already taken a sip of like 4 of them before I'm like, maybe I should take a picture. Are we that much alcoholics? Probably. Oh, we are so much of that alcoholism. But yeah, they give us like really heavy pours, and they give us 6 of the things to try. I can't remember what I tried for sure. It was definitely like 3 whiskeys, a brandy. This was walnut liqueur, and this was fig liqueur, I think. But yeah, that is to say, they poured us a lot, and this is the crazy thing. I took a small sip of this. They had ghost pepper. What was it? Ghost pepper liqueur or ghost pepper brandy? Let me check. This is Tin City. Ah, shit. Tin City. Let's see. Tin City, Naples? Nah, bro. We're not in Naples. We're in freaking Paso Robles. Here we go. Check this out. So, yeah, this is a nice little area. Like, it's a nice warehouse-ish area. But, yeah, these guys had, like, just a crazy amount of stuff. I don't know what the hell this is. Is that a mushroom? Oh, my God. But, yeah, we got, like, a lot of crazy stuff here. Beer and spirits. I guess they have beer as well. Oh, they have a tap room. Yeah. But, specifically, yes, the distillery. Here we go. Yeah, they have, like, a bunch of stills in the back and barrels to age the stuff. Let's see, doesn't booze make the burn worse? Oh, yeah, it did. Oh, yeah, it did. Oh, no, it didn't, because the burn was just enough by itself by being a ghost pepper. The fact that they turned ghost peppers into brandy, I'm like, who would want to drink this, bro? It tasted really good, but oh my god, did it burn. As you would imagine a ghost pepper would. And like, I took the smallest of sips, and I was like salivating for a good 5 minutes, just like, because it was that spicy. Entire stock, dude. And it was cheap, dude. It was like 35 bucks, which for like a large bottle like this is kind of like a steal. Oh, wait, it might have been less actually. Oh, go fuck yourself. Like, actually. Here I am trying to share this, and y'all call me pants. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Have your scorpion pepper. Same people put their pepper in the vodka. You mean like gin? By the way, yeah, black pepper is a common ingredient for gin. Besides juniper berries, that is. Anyways, this place was great. Tasting fee, $10. The fact that they gave you that much for $10 is insane. But instead, I had the copper card, so it was a free one. But yeah, so I tried my 5. I think I bought 2 things from this distillery. I got the fig liqueur, and I think a whiskey. I don't remember. I literally don't remember. But it was great, trust. But yeah, so that was Tin City. And here's the fun part. After Tin City was Cowwise, literally around the corner. Cowwise is really cool. Aha! I have something to show you guys. So, Cowwise is around the corner. A cool thing that they did, and I didn't take a picture of, but I should have, is they had another 6 liquor tasting event thing. Where? This is nice. They had cheese and chocolate pairings. So most people don't think of like having cheese with hard liquor. Like, no, it's normally cheese and wine. But in this case, they found cheeses that went well with whatever selection that they had. And by God, it tasted good with the selection that they had. They had 4 different types of cheeses and 2 different types of chocolates. And it was a range from like gin. Yeah, it started with the gin. The second one was a flavored gin, I think. And then there was like 3 or 4 whiskeys. One of them was blueberry whiskey, which was really interesting. That went with the chocolate. But a cool thing about this, though. Hot take, cheese goes with anything. I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's like a very agreeable take, actually. So long as your body can handle it, I think cheese very well. There is a cheese that can go with anything. So long as it's not like bad, you know, like rotten cheese. But this was great because, my friends, cheese and lava. Okay, bro. So for one, they took us to the back. They had these 2 barrels here. You'll notice that these barrels are very wet. Why are they so wet? I thought that the liquor was supposed to be inside the barrels, not outside. Well, you see this little contraption here, this little copper tube. This is not a spigot. This was basically, this was a thing that you can extract the alcohol from the barrel. And then they put a bottle here, and you could bottle your own barrel strength. This was whiskey, barrel strength whiskey. And it's like, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is this. Check this out. Well, I say that. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Downloads. Okay, let's see if this works. Let us see. Do I need to open this in VLC? Probably.
You're gonna cover this up. You're gonna lift it
okay.
out.
All right. Check this out. I do not want to download the newest version of VLC. How Angel share, get out. Basically, let me show you guys. So, first things first, you got to know is that. Yeah, this is all me, and this is like a group of us. But basically, whenever you guys get like your whiskey or whatever from the store, it's probably not going to be barrel strength. They have to water it down to be 40% alcohol. That's 80 proof for the most part. Barrel strength can be anywhere from like 56% alcohol to like 70 something percent alcohol. This is like potent stuff. You got to york it before you can have any come out. I'm just going to play the video. The short answer is yes, basically. I had to York it, and then I could get it out.
You're gonna cover this up. You're gonna lift it out. I'm gonna guide it over here, and then I'll just say let her rip, and we're gonna fill it up.
All right, sounds good. Let's try it. So just cover this up right here.
Yep.
Pull it
Lift
straight
it out. There's actually
Wound
quite a
your
lot in
teeth.
here.
Yep.
Oh yes, oh yes.
There you go. There it is.
Like I said, you'll see some little bits of char.
Yeah, that's extra flavor.
Straight from the barrel.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my, oh my.
Yeah.
You're gonna cover this up.
Yeah.
You're gonna
So
lift
they
it out. I'm
let
gonna
us
guide
just
it
do
over
this
here,
shit,
and I'll
dude.
just say let her rip, and we're gonna fill it up.
All right, sounds good. Let's try it.
Yeah, they just let us do this. Yeah, this is when I should have joined the stream. Oh, this would have been the perfect time. The perfect time for you to join the stream, Queen Kiko. Oh my god. But yeah, no, like I was bottling. I only had to do this twice. And how's it going, Sharky? Welcome in. Yeah, so I basically poured my own. I had to what? Yeah, I Yorked it, dude. You look, see, I'm Yorking it again. Look at that. Check this out. This is some barrel strength Yorkening right now. Fucking crazy. But yeah, this is a really cool experience. And for like, this is $100 to bottle my own whiskey, barrel strength whiskey, which honestly is actually on the cheaper side for barrel strength whiskey. For the most part. I mean, there are some that are cheaper than this. Yeah, I Yorked that barrel. But straight Yorked it. But for $100, I got to do this. I also got to put a label. I got to put a label on it. I got to like seal it properly, like to make it, legal in California to transport. And I got to write my name and everything on it. And I'm like, honestly, this is a pretty cool experience. And they just let us do this. It was pretty awesome. Yorking his own whiskey, exactly. Yorking a crazy style to blast that barrel strength pith into your bottle, pretty much. That's one way to put it, bruh. So that's what this was. That is what that was. Yeah, that's the next place. So, yeah, over here was the table where we put like the actual label on it. Here, right here, Bourbon whiskey. I had to write this with my shitty ass penmanship, like so. 57% alcohol. It was it's definitely on the not the strongest of them, but this is the one, and it was really good because I got to try some before I bottled it. Very good, very good. Anyway, so that's what Calwise was, and then after, we are finally at the halfway point, guys. Took us a while to get here. At the very end here, there's another place here that's not on the map, or yeah, it's not on this map at least. It's called oh my god, what was it called? I bet if I look at the bottle name. Forager Society? Forager, I think, maybe. No, Central Coast Distillery. This place is literally called Central Coast Distillery. So this was just a very nice tap room. I think they had a what's it called? Stills in the back somewhere. But we didn't get a tour of that. Instead, we got to sit down in this nice little lounge area, kind of in the corner. And we had a lovely tasting session. Let me see. That was the day after. Check this out. Check this out. So this is, actually, I'll just put on here. It was really funny because they had oh, look at all the little dudes. Very nice, very nice. Let's see. Yeah, so I remember, yeah, it's right here. So this is where it was. This is still on Saturday, where we were just like chilling in this lovely lounge. One of my friends just drinking shit here. And they're just playing espresso, but like bossa nova style. And I'm like, hey, yo, we Yorking it for real. But yeah, like this was like just the kind of setup we had. She would bring out bottles for us to try. Like she'd pour samples into our cups, and we just have a lovely time chatting.
Yes, in fact, there's a gentleman by the name of Lance Walheim. This is his ranch. And he commissioned
I'm like, hey, yo, can I have some of that?
He's known as the National Citrus Guy. And he's written for Sunset Magazine.
Thank you.
Citrus and has several books.
I don't remember what that was, if I'm honest. It was pretty good. It might have been the Amaro, actually. Either Amaro or like, funny enough, this is like one of the only places, like one of two places in the entirety of this county that had like agave spirits / tequila. And I'm like, how? how does nobody else make tequila in this entire place? I'm like, well, yeah, that's how it is. So So they made agave beers. I tried a couple of them, and they were pretty good for what they were. If I'm gonna be so honest, I am not a tequila guy. I don't really like tequila that much at all. But these ones were good though. Just wasn't gonna buy a bottle. So yeah, there you go. That was day 1, dude. I do not remember if we did anything later on in this night because it was still not that dark outside at this point. Did we go to like a bar or some shit? I think we got pizza. I don't know. But yeah, I can't remember. We got dinner somewhere for sure. But regardless, that was day 1. So basically we started over here, went all the way past off this map, then went down and hit these 3 places down here. And then we went back and chilled out for a bit. Tequila is an angry drink that I only use for cooking taco filling. Honestly, really good. I will say, good tequila is good. And by good tequila, I mean, we're talking about the ranges of like $70 per bottle and more. Anything less, I found, tends to not agree with me very well. If it's higher in proof, or not higher in proof, if it's higher in quality, then it'll actually taste pretty palatable to me. But anything below makes me want to feel kind of sick, if I'm honest. But yeah. So we did that. Now. Day 2. So, yeah, very thankful for Central Coast Distillery. But day 2. This place is maybe a little bit more known. The actual name of the distillery itself is Willow Creek. But Willow Creek is attached to Apollo Wineries. Opolo, whatever. You can read it how you wish. But this is a nice little foyer area, you know, a nice little fountain. It was, by the way, it was like 90 fucking degrees out here. It was kind of warm. But this is what the inside looked like. They had lots for us to try. The guy here was awesome, dude. Funny enough, the guy gave us like this free discounts on everything that we bought, and I'm like, what a guy, dude! What an awesome dude. He was a really cool guy. He was like, he can't have been much older than I was, or that I am, bro. But same thing, ish. Yeah. So we tried a bunch of stuff at the distillery here. I got at least 1 bottle. I don't remember what it was. They have like a chocolate liqueur and a coffee liqueur that is really fucking good for dirt cheap for liqueurs. That is like. We're looking at $30-ish per bottle, which is kind of cheap for how high quality they are. But yeah, Opolo Winery is a very big winery. Like they distribute a lot. They make a lot. And I guess by virtue, Willow Creek is a relatively large distillery. I mean, there's at least 2 stills here. There's like a bunch of these fermenters. I think these are called fermenter tanks. It's really cool because one of them was empty and open for us to just peek our head in. And just check it out.
Yeah, you got it. Right?
Let's see it.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, you got it. Right?
Let's see it.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah,
got it.
Like, let's see it.
Okay.
Ready?
The reverb on that is crazy. Yeah. This they just had one of the fermenter tanks open, and we were like, man, it echoes a lot. I had to get my friend to snap in there because I was not able to snap. Can I snap now? I can snap now. At the time, I was not able to snap very well. So I asked her, hey, yo, can you like snap for me and I film you? Because it sounds kind of crazy. But yeah, really awesome experience visiting this place. They use it for weddings as well. You're just surrounded by barrels of wine. Yeah, so this is a really lovely place. So Willow Creek, one of the more remote places to go to. It was kind of out of the way. But the nice thing was that we had all of these other distilleries to go on a vineyard drive. Go and head out for the night. Lots of work tomorrow. And good night, Tony Anchek. Good night, Lord Ratnut. Hope you have a wonderful evening. And I hope you do well at work tomorrow. But yeah, so we did that. We're getting alcohol. We're talking about the alcohol. The alcohol that I did get this past weekend. How's it going, Rise of the Army? Welcome in, Rise. Welcome in. Getting kind of hungry. So, beginning on Sunday, we went to Willow Creek. Then we drove all the way down to Donati Spirits. I forgot to take any pictures of Donati. So Donati was very interesting. Very interesting in that it is I'll just show you what it looks like. Let's see if I can find like a picture of the building itself, because it's actually kind of crazy. Because basically this is just a place that has like this lovely tasty room that looks like a castle. Dude, I don't know why is it so hard to find a freaking image of the damn place. There we go. Found it. Close enough. Okay. This is what it looked like, dude. This is what it looked like. Like we gotta drive, or we gotta walk into here, basically. Like, there we go. Like, you just walk right into this old-time castle-looking ass place. It's very nice inside. Very high ceiling. Like, this is one story, technically. This is just a window. But, it's a lovely tasting room. And, let's see. You know, just got to try a bunch of... They had mostly brandy / gin type stuff at this place. Because, again, I guess I should remind y'all that brandy is basically distilled wine. And Donati is actually a winery. But, if you make wine, all you got to do is heat it up, turn it into steam, and put it back into a bottle, and now you have brandy. That's all it is, really, for the most part. It can get a little bit more complicated if you want, but at the essence, that's what it is. But they had like a nice little lounge area on the inside. Tried a bunch of spirits. They had a couple of whiskeys as well. I didn't buy anything here though, because at this point I had bought a lot of stuff. But well, yeah, that was Donati. I didn't take any pictures, so we went there. And I was going Buzzard, an Asian hot man. Yeah, I was going hot man. For a martini, shaken mustard. Yeah. I know that's a Casino Royale quote. A shaken martini is basically just a watered down martini, a very watered down martini. I could go into why you don't tend to shake martinis at another time when I'm doing a mixology / mixing stream. But for now, I'm just talking about the spirits themselves. Because after this, I went to a place called Pendray's. Pendray's is great. A nice Casino Royale, the Dr. No. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a James Bond thing. But yeah, like literally a shaken martini is just, you know, all you're doing is putting more water in your martini. you're just like lowering the alcohol content, or diluting it rather, compared to stirring it. You always want to stir your martinis to preserve it, because you want it cold but not diluted. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Pendray's. Pendray's is the next place we went to. I'm going to tell you right now, I took more pictures of the scenery, because this is where it is located, in this little barn. It is a very small operation, but this is a one-man show. There's like one guy who basically distills and bottles everything by himself. I'm sure he has some staff to help him, like move stuff around. But it's just a one-man show for the most part, from what I've seen. And he is a master of his craft. He makes some really fine stuff. And we got ice cream. We got some ice cream to pour our liqueurs over. He makes a lot of liqueurs. Let's see here. He had an orange liqueur. He had a really good coffee liqueur. There was a fig liqueur as well. There's a lot of fig liqueurs at these distilleries, I'm finding out. And an Amaro. There's an Amaro as well that you just poured over your ice cream, and it is delicious. But wait, I will say, oh yeah, that was after. I will say the scenery is lovely because it's on the top of a hill, like overlooking all these other wine country. Like there's a city of Paso Robles down here, way over here, where civilization is, but we are up in the hill. Very lovely place. Very lovely place. Sounds so good. It is so good, dude. Like, legit, Kiko, if you have any liqueur that you have, just pour it over some vanilla ice cream. It goes so hard, dude. It sounds so good. It is so good. Oh my god. I will say, we had our choice to pour anything we wanted that he offered. And again, he offered a bunch of things. the coffee liqueur was the obvious choice because it is so good. The way he makes his coffee liqueur is just like otherworldly compared to like Kahlua is technically a coffee liqueur, but it's more like a coffee flavored rum. But even then, Kahlua is great. Just putting it over your vanilla ice cream. But this one was like, oh god, so good. I tried the fig because no, my bad. It wasn't fig. It was plum. It was plum liqueur because it sounded the most interesting because I haven't had it before. And it was certainly interesting to mix plum and vanilla ice cream. You can't beat the Amaro and the coffee liqueur. That shit was so good. Coffee liqueur is awesome, but you had me intrigued with the fig. It was plum, yeah. Like, and that was me too, because I was like, I haven't really had a plum liqueur before. That's a lie. I've had like plum wine before. If you guys ever go to like an Asian store and they have like umeshu, it's like a very sour plum wine. But this one, it was very sweet. A very sweet plum liqueur. Very smooth, very sweet. It tasted just like plums. But like nicer, I guess is all I can say. It didn't go that well, in my opinion, with the vanilla ice cream. It actually kind of got a little overpowered by the vanilla ice cream because it was a bit weaker in flavor. But yeah, the coffee and the Amaro, heaven on earth. And again, at this point in time, it was like freaking almost 100 degrees. I'm like, oh, we need this ice cream now. So, but yeah, that was Pendray's, you know. I didn't buy a bottle at this place either because I bought stuff at Willow Creek. I bought stuff at Tin City. I bought stuff at Cowwise. Oh my god, I bought a lot of stuff at so many places prior to this. And I'm like, I spent hundreds of dollars already. So yeah, I wasn't jealous of your trip until now. Yeah, dude, like honestly, this is, I haven't done this in a couple of years, but man, am I glad I did so. But for one, I get to drink away all the problems because this was roughly around the time. This is like a bit after. What's this about after? About the time that I heard that, you know, VFleet is closing. So I needed the drink. But yeah, this was great. That was Pendray's up in the top of the hill here. And then after that, the last place we were able to visit. Is that true? Yes. The last place we were able to visit on our trip called Grain and Vine. This is on a different hill, but like kind of still in a more wooded area. I only took a picture. Ah, yes. So this is wine country. This is like, if some of y'all have been to Napa Valley up in Northern California, it doesn't look that much different from this. And okay, actually, I remember one of my friends said she actually went to Italy before, and she's like, yo, this is just Tuscany. Whoops. This is just Tuscany, like actually, like Italy. Which makes sense, wine country and everything. But yeah, this is like a lovely winery with amazing views and everything. But I had a flight of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5. They had one empty one. It had in this flight they had a vodka, a gin that was made from the vodka, and like 3 whiskeys, or maybe 1 brandy and 2 whiskeys. But here's the thing. Back in college, I got really sick by downing a lot of potato vodka. This cheap ass potato vodka. Like literally, I got a whole bottle for like $5. It was not good, but I got sick off of it. All the vodkas I've had up till now were vodka that was distilled from grapes. They actually taste significantly different from a potato vodka. But they gave me potato vodka, and I took the smallest of sips, and my taste aversion immediately came back, like years later, after I thought I was like, I'm over it. No, I tasted it, and I immediately felt sick. I wanted to throw up immediately. I remember tasting it, and it actually tasted really good. But oh my god, my body did not agree with it. So instead, I'm like, you know what? This is great. I actually like how it tastes, but I'm about to die. So again, this was a free tasting. I didn't lose any money for the most part. I gave this to my friend who was sitting next to me, like, hey, help me, please. I don't want to throw this away. I don't want to throw these drinks away, but I'm going to die. And so he took the rest of my drinks or the rest of my flight. But they did sell food. They had this lovely, this actually like, this is a deceiving picture because I was using a fisheye lens, but this is a pretty large plate of, I think, macaroni and cheese with like crushed red fresh red tomatoes, like sun-dried tomatoes and stuff, and like, oh my god, this this saved me. This plate of macaroni and cheese, I think it's macaroni and cheese, saved my ass so hard. With the breadcrumbs and the garlic, oh, that was so good too. But yeah, so that was at this point I was tapping out. I'm like, dude, I am not gonna make it. Like we did actually try to go to this last place, Bethel Road. We got there 30 minutes before closing, and they just told us, sorry guys, we already closed the tasting room down. And I'm like, dude, you're open for 30 minutes, man. What the fuck? But hey, it's okay. We didn't get to try Bethel Road, so maybe some other time. But yeah, after that, that was it. We got some pizza and more beer, of course. Wait, I did not drink beer because I was done. But we went to a bar afterwards. But yeah, I was basically done for the night. This was Sunday evening. And then Monday, this past Monday, literally a couple days ago, is when I drove back home. And somehow I was not hungover. I was gonna say not sober. No, I was sober. I drove sober. But yeah, I was not hungover. Oh, by the way, on this last day, this was when I mentioned a long time ago at the beginning of stream, I had to do a beer run. So I took this 6-pack of beers. Y'all remember the 6-pack of beers I started out with? Yeah, I took it all the way with me to this area. Notice how at any point I did not say we visited There Does Not Exist, TD&E, the other best beer brewery that I like the most. Outside of my cousins, that is. So basically what happened, I did go there, but by the time we got home, or to the place I was staying, we only had like 30 minutes before they closed, and they were a 20-minute drive away from where I was staying. So basically we got back, we dropped off all of our liquor, I picked up the 6-pack of my cousin's beer, I hopped in my own car, because again, I had somebody else driving my car this entire time. But I hopped back in my car, fixed up the seat and everything, and I freaking booked it. I booked it to TD&E. I called them ahead of time, said, hey, you guys open today? And like, yeah, we're gonna close soon. And I'm like, okay, I'm not here to like do any, to like, you know, drink any beer at the tap room because I know you guys are closing. I'm actually here to buy stuff from you guys, like to take home. And like, oh yeah, sounds good. So I got there. I go to the counter. And I dropped this. I put the 6-pack on here, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm the one who called you earlier." And the waitress at the tap wall for the beer was like, "Oh, I remember. Yeah, nice. So what would you like?" So I just started ordering a couple beers just for myself. But then I said, "Oh, by the way, I'm actually also here, not necessarily on business, because believe it or not, I do not work for my cousin's brewery. I'm just doing a favor." But I told her as much. I'm like, but I don't know if you guys have heard of this place called Ambitious Ales. That's the name of my cousin's brewery. And I don't remember if she said yes or no, but she said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, like, so is this like their sample pack?" I said, "Yeah, so this is just kind of like an offering for you guys, basically." And she's like, "Oh yeah, awesome, this is great. I'll give it to the brewers, like the master brewers, when I can." And I'm like, perfect. It's really funny because there's like this like middle-aged couple-ish, maybe not middle-aged, but like late 40s maybe, sitting next to me at the countertop, at the bar top here. And they're just like eyeing my pack that I had on here while I was waiting for the waitress to give me the beers from their fridge. And, you know, struck up conversations like, "Hey, what's up with this, what's up with the beers? Because the one you have here, is that like Batman?" And I'm like, "Yeah. The name of it is called Batman Rapids. It's an IPA." So I basically started shilling my cousin's merch, my cousin's brewery at this other one. And I'm like, I said as much. I'm like, yeah, I can tell you a little bit about it. I don't want to start like advertising another brewery at someone else's brewery. So, but yeah, I'm just here because my cousin was interested in sharing his beer with the people here. And I'm like, yeah. And then it closed. So I got my beer. I dropped off the beer. Mission accomplished. Went back home, took a shower, slept, woke up on Monday morning, drove my ass all the way back home. And here we are, dude. Want to go on a booze cruise? Hell yeah. It's I haven't done a proper booze cruise before because I had the Paso Robles Distillery Trail. What a great time. So I think I mentioned to you guys of how like I'm very prepared for VFleet's closure. This is partially why, because I was drinking my sorrows away. By the time I was done, I drunk it all away. I accepted that VFleet is closing at the end of this month. And I went home with a shit ton of booze. Oh my god, bro. That's crazy. Observe stream pretty much. Observe stream rules and don't self-promote or mention other brewers unless brought up by the host first. Exactly. Like, I actually felt that way. I'm like, dude, I know I'm just talking to the another set of customers right now. This is supposed to be our own conversation, but I also want to be respectful to the brewery I'm actually at, which is fine because she also gave me an industry discount. Yeah, it was a haul, dude. No, she gave me she actually gave me an industry discount because I guess I was going there on behalf of another brewer. So, yeah, I got the 10% off for the stuff I bought. And I do appreciate that. But I do hope they like the beers and they collab with each other because, like, if two of my favorite breweries collab and make an awesome beer together, y'all, I'm going to take their entire stock. Anyways, yeah, this is the haul. So, I'll just quickly go through it all because, yeah, I'm kind of hungry right now. I want to get something for dinner. So what we have here, this is an Indian whiskey. I've never had Indian whiskey before. I got this at a liquor store. I say a liquor store. It's like a high-end liquor. It's like Bevmo, but local to Paso Robles. But I saw this for relatively cheap, so I wanted to try it, so I have it. This is a Central Coast Distilleries Amaro. The Amaro is really good, so I bought it. This is Tin City. This is the Tin City fig liqueur. This is somehow the only thing I got there, I guess. Is that true? Wow, interesting. Yeah, so this is a fig liqueur. It tastes like a fig Newton. It's like it's a little bready as well. It's sweet as hell. It's a fig. It's really good, and it was like $35, very cheap. This is refined. I've got the rye. The rye whiskey was really good, so I bought it, obviously. And I bought not one, but two things. A fig. It is a fig, pretty much. But then I got these two. It says Axhole. So funny. At Cowwise. So this is the bourbon whiskey that you saw me pour myself with a pith tube, so to speak. I'm cork maxing. We have so many of them. By the way, I had to put this sticker that goes over the cork to make sure it's sealed, and I fucked it up. But it's okay. It's mostly legal to carry. How's that rye? Really fucking good. I'm not gonna be able to tell you what the flavors were because this was again one of the first things we tried, and I don't remember that much. Clawing at the screen, blueberry whiskey. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm getting to it. The blueberry whiskey. This is lower percentage alcohol. This is like 30%, but it was so good. It is, like, honestly, put this on the rocks, have it by itself. But even better, make it into a blueberry whiskey sour. Mix it with some simple syrup and some lemon juice. And they were actually serving this cocktail at Cowwise, and one of our party members got it. And I tasted it. I'm like, dude, this is blueberry lemonade. Holy shit. And it was like surprisingly cheap as well. So yeah, the blueberry whiskey was really fucking nice. And it's crazy how like not whiskey it looks like. It's so like this weird bluish red. I'm a psychopath or drinks my whiskeys neat. Who drinks your whiskeys neat? So do I, honestly. Like legit, I have some Brewery Latte right next to me, the classic latte. I drink it neat, dude. Normally I don't have it on the rocks because I absolutely don't have any ice in our freezer right now. But we're getting an ice maker for the apartment here. But yeah, like I'll just put it in a Glencairn and I'll drink it neat. It's nice, honestly. But this thing you can drink it neat. It makes an amazing sour. Like this is gonna be one of the first things I use in my my eventual mixing stream. Hopefully not too late or sooner rather than later. But yeah, no, honestly, this blueberry whiskey is so good, dude. I'm telling you, Queen Kiko, if we can manage to get some to you, I think you'll enjoy it. Every time I've had Sagamore Rye, I've had it neat. Sagamore is... I haven't had Sagamore, actually, now I think about it. Oh my god. If I did have Sagamore, I don't remember what it tastes like, because I've had a bunch of awesome ryes since there. Anyways, I had the barrel strength bourbon whiskey. It is bourbon, actually. Here's the Willow Creek bourbon whiskey. They actually had 2 bourbon whiskey. They had a 1-year aged bourbon whiskey and a 2-year aged straight bourbon whiskey. Normally, the one that aged longer tends to taste a bit more like the barrel, like it's more woody. And it was true, but it was also kind of like hotter for some reason. Like it was more like alcohol, ethanol tasting. The younger one somehow was actually, in my opinion, a lot better. But yeah, so I got the bourbon whiskey from Willow Creek. That is Opolo, by the way. And of course, my homies at Slow to V. I got their Branca Aguardiente, which is basically unaged. Unaged, what's it called? Unaged brandy. So brandy is supposed to be aged usually and look like this color, like a brown color. Now this is straight from the vat. And honestly, it's really good. Like normally I don't like my clear spirits because I like the bit of age in it. Like I want it to taste like the barrel, like the barrel notes of oak or vanilla and whatever and caramel. But this one by itself was really good. So I didn't have their Branca yet. I had literally everything else they owned, so I bought this. And I got their aged anise because I already got their unaged anise brandy as well. It was so good, dude. I would say I could gift it to you, but I think that may technically be illegal, but pretty much guaranteed to be against rules. Let's see, for like Sagamore or something. When it comes to gifts and stuff, I mean, like, VFleet's not gonna... I'm gonna be an independent VTuber in like a couple of weeks, dude. So it may not be against my rules. But when it comes to gifting alcohol, you know people do that, right? Oh, okay. For shipping, you can do that. There are some rules that you have to follow, but that is something you can do. You just have to read up on it. You can't just put it in like an unpadded box. I think there are actual rules for like how to store it and what type of a container you use and what kind of shipping box, and also it might be expensive as fuck. But yeah, it is doable. You can do that. You can order whiskey and liquors to be shipped to you from distilleries, you know? It can be done. A friend of mine sent me a bottle of wine from England once. Across the sea even, dude. Wait, and it survived? That's actually more impressive that like it was able to go all the way like across the world, across 2 hemispheres, and it survived. Insane. Yeah, no, that's kind of crazy. I'm just talking about from one end of the country to another. I don't remember the laws exactly, but it's another Maryland. That might be it. There are some states that they don't let you ship out of. I think there's somewhere in Kentucky that's like it's a dry county. So you're not allowed to ship anything into there or out of there for that matter, which I'm like, it's a dry county, but they have like a distillery there. I'm like, what do you mean? So you can distill it there, but you can't drink it there? Yep. Apparently. Fucking wild, man. Perfectly fine. Fancy box too. Maybe that's why. The fancier, the nicer the boxes, the more likely it'll survive. Yeah, see, it's definitely doable. If you can do it across oceans, you can do it across the land, depending where you are, and there are some rules. Like, there are some rules, but you definitely can. Might need a hazard placard. Here's the thing, guys. You see these numbers here for 45% alcohol, 45%, 57%, 30%. Out of these 4 bottles, this is the only one that might be able to burn. The fun fact is, if your alcohol is less than 50% alcohol by volume, it actually will not catch fire, to my knowledge. There might be some conditions where it will, but the higher in percentage of alcohol your drink is, then the more likely it is to actually catch fire. So whenever somebody makes like a Molotov cocktail, it's like, oh, just vodka. It's like freaking 95% vodka. It needs to have enough alcohol that it starts to evaporate and start making fumes. The 45% stuff here, it's getting close, but it's not enough for it to actually create fumes. So these things do not burn. I was going to say don't burn very well, if at all. The only one here that might burn is the 57%. And if you're going to use a 57% alcohol, $100 bottle of alcohol to like light a fire, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? This is an expensive fucking Molotov cocktail is all I'm saying. I don't want to put fire near this thing. Yeah, 100 proof, exactly. So 100 proof, and that's the thing from proof to percentage divided by 2. 100 proof is 50%. Yeah. But anyways, that was my trip, guys. This is how I was able to accept the closure of VFleet, because I was so fucking drunk. I say I was drunk. Like, I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I was surprisingly sober in reality. I learned on this trip that it takes a lot more than just a whiskey tasting to get me drunk. I will say though, by the end of it, I did feel sick because of just the amount of alcohol and not food in my body. So by the end here, like I mentioned at Grain and Vine, by the end I started feeling sick because I just didn't have any nutrition. But I honestly wasn't drunk, and I'm like, damn. I guess this makes sense. I guess it makes sense that me, the professional alcoholic, the VTUBER himself, did not get particularly drunk at all, even though I visited, a bit over 10 distilleries over the course of a weekend. Kind of insane. Kind of insane. But I was in wonderful company. Really did appreciate going here with my friends because, you know, my friends, a lot of them live roughly in this rough area, like this county. So I get to meet them a couple of times a year, and it's always a lovely event to meet up and catch up with everybody. So being able to share, you know, have some fine drinks with some fine company in a fine area was a lovely thing. I actually got a lot of rest too. I slept a minimum of like 9 hours every night, which I'm like, how the fuck did I manage to do that? But yeah, that was a much needed vacation, a much needed break. But I'm back here now. It's time to go and chill. So now it's time to, yeah, shut up. Okay, there we go. Anyways, thank you guys so much for dropping in. I'm gonna go ahead and end stream now because I do need something to eat, guys. It's almost 8 p.m. It is 8 p.m. Look at that, exactly. The Yucky AI overview only says only licensed alcohol producers and retailers with approved carrier contracts can legally ship beers from Maryland. Damn, dude. Maryland, common Maryland L, bro. Insane. Interesting, man. Thank you for streaming. Exactly. Again, this is stuff that I like to share. Ideally, you know, yeah, might as well say, snooze. So, like, another thing that I want to do for you guys, let me go back to my room. Yes. Another thing I want to do for you guys moving forward is more, I mean, you guys know how I did that plane tour. I want to do more stuff like that, but at other, you know, places like these, you know? Maybe a live stream where I go to a distillery, you know, do a tour, ask them how do you make your your distillates? How do you make your fucking, your vodka? Let's try your vodka, you know? Or maybe even so, I mentioned this before, touring my cousin's brewery, interviewing him, and say like, how do you guys make your beer? How do you decide what beer to make? What's the difference between your beers? What the fuck is an IPA? Why is it bad? And why am I wrong that I'm saying it's bad? You know? and how does yours different? You know, I want to do more stuff like that moving forward. So they're going to take a lot of coordination, but I mean, shit, I've done it before, right? So what's another one? What's another one, guys? So yeah, there's a lot to do for the future. I suppose we'll have to just wait for the future, because I'm still here, guys. Unfortunately, VFleet may be closing, but I'm still going to be here. I want to do a lot of fun stuff with you guys. I want to continue doing fun stuff with the friends I've made, and I want to do more cool things, so look forward to that. But without further ado, I need to get food. I'll see you guys next time. And by next time, I mean tomorrow, because I'm doing a straight-up karaoke stream. Believe it or not, tomorrow I'm going to try and not play the guitar, because I actually want to try and sing a bit more and focus on singing. But that is going to be for tomorrow. Same as always, we are going to raid this time. We didn't raid yesterday, but we are today. So we're going to raid Lena playing Azure Lane. What could possibly go wrong? Same as always. Please use your emotes if you have them. But if you don't worry about it. We'll be seeing you guys soon enough. Yeah, have a good one. Have a good one, Queen Gigo. What's up? Have a good one as well. Sari, Bot, bro. Bep, Lord of Smurfs. Everybody who was here this past stream. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow for some singing. I don't know what I'm going to sing. We'll figure it out. You not see you tomorrow? Bruh. Okay, fine. Go to your concert and miss out on mine, bro. That's crazy. Why would you say such a thing? Why would you do that? Anyways, enjoy your concert, Bep. I hope you have a wonderful concert. Let me know how it is. And I will perform some for you if you manage to come back in time. But without further ado, good night, everyone. I'm going to go finish my boba. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner, if I'm honest. I need to make something. It'll be great. Ugh. There we go.